Welcome to this explainer. Look, most people searching property records, they're really only scratching the surface, just scrolling through standard real estate sites. But today, we're diving way past that. We're going to uncover the massive amount of hidden data sitting deep inside county public databases. We're talking ownership history, detailed property tax records, hidden liens, and the actual legal property descriptions that define what you truly own. So let's jump right in and learn how to navigate these systems like an absolute pro.
Seriously? Do you really know what you're buying? A quick online search or skimming a real estate listing almost never tells you the whole story. If you're relying strictly on surface-level marketing materials, you're flying blind to hidden legal and financial traps that could literally cost you tens of thousands of dollars. We've got to learn how to dig into the actual public records to find the real truth.
It helps to think of property data kind of like a giant iceberg. Beneath the standard address and that shiny asking price lies this massive hidden foundation of information. We're talking about hidden mechanics liens, unrecorded special assessments, truth and sale of housing reports, and even historical 1930s building permits. Today, we're going to figure out exactly how to uncover all of this so you get the complete picture of any property.
Okay, here's our roadmap for today. We'll be looking at abstract versus torrents title systems, navigating online databases and tools, decoding taxes and special assessments, diving into advanced GIS and historical data, and finally, covering practical uses and security disclaimers. Section 1. Abstract versus torrents title systems, the foundation of Minnesota property law.
We really have to start at the foundation because Minnesota operates on a dual system of real property indexing. And listen, knowing which system your property falls under changes literally everything about how you research it and how it's protected. The first system is abstract title. This is the older, historical system, and it requires you to do a retrospective search. To prove you actually own an abstract property, you have to look back at a continuous 40-year chain of title. Every single deed, every mortgage over 4 decades have to be reviewed. But here's the major warning with this. Abstract property is uniquely vulnerable to adverse possession. Basically, if a neighbor builds a fence over your property line and just continuously uses that land for 15 years, they could potentially petition the court to claim your land as their own.
Now, contrast that with torrents title. This is a total game changer. Torrents is a registration system where your ownership is conclusively established by a single government-guaranteed certificate of title. That's right, you don't need to trace back 40 years of paperwork. You just look at the current certificate. And the absolute best part? Torrents gives you complete certainty against adverse possession. Boundary disputes simply cannot result on a transfer over a registered torrents property line. It is completely immune.
Navigating these two entirely different legal frameworks often means bringing in title professionals, like MN public record specialists. And here's exactly why that matters so much. The Ramsey County Recorder's Office maintains both systems, right? But they are strictly separated. So if a document, say a mechanics lien or a deed, is mistakenly filed in the abstract department when the property is actually torrents, well, that filing is legally invalid. It completely fails to establish the lien or the transfer, which obviously exposes whoever filed it to severe financial loss.
Now, the really crucial takeaway when comparing these systems is the difference in involuntary transfers. Think about things like foreclosures, divorces, or tax forfeitures. If you're an investor, abstract properties allow for the standard recordation of those documents. But torrents? No way. It requires a formal directive or an actual court order from the examiner of titles just to change the name on that certificate. It makes dealing with involuntary transfers a whole lot more complex to navigate.
Section 2. Navigating online databases and tools. This is your digital investigation toolkit.
Let's see how we can actually pull these records ourselves right from our computers without having to drive all the way down to the county courthouse. County and city systems actually connect to give you the full picture here. First, there's Beacon Web GIS, which is a free county tool. It's great for checking current assessed values and verifying parcel identification numbers, or PINs. And by the way, knowing your PIN is absolutely crucial because it's the most accurate way to search. Using an owner's name or address can easily lead to typos. Now, if you want official legal document images from the recorder's office, you're going to use fee-based systems like Tapestry or RecordEase. Oh, and then this Poly, that's St. Paul's specific municipal portal for building permits and truth and sale of housing reports. And this next part brilliantly illustrates just how deep you can go if you actually know the system's quirks.
Even though Recordees does charge a monthly subscription fee, it uniquely provides free digital access to the historical tract books. The county went ahead and digitized these massive, old books into very specific 25-page PDF chunks. But here's the insider secret. To find what you're looking for, you have to search for index numbers ending in exactly 1 or 6, so like 001, 026, or 051. If you don't know that little trick, you'll pretty much never find the historical chain of title.
Section 3. Decoding taxes and special assessments. Let's talk about finding the hidden financial burdens.
Failing to uncover special assessments before you buy a property can completely ruin a real estate investment. A special assessment is basically a tax levied for local infrastructure improvements. Think a new road or a sewer main. And honestly, the math on these can be super surprising. Take the specific formula used in places like St. Paul Park, for example. If you buy a corner lot, you aren't just paying for the street right in front of your house. The city assesses you for 100% of the property's short side, plus an additional 25% of the long side. These infrastructure taxes hit your wallet hard, and you have to search the municipal assessment lookups, not just the county site, to find these pending charges before they actually get certified to your taxes.
On top of that, property taxes in Minnesota operate on this really complex 2-year timeline. Here's how it works. The county assessor establishes the estimated market value of a property on January 2nd. Then you get your valuation notice in the mail around March. But here's the real kicker. That valuation doesn't actually result in final property tax payments until the following year. Those are split between May 15th and October 15th. So when you're looking at current online tax records, just remember you're always looking at a delayed financial snapshot.
While we're talking about costs, I want you to burn this number into your brain. 46. Regardless of whether you're dealing with the abstract or the torrents departments, the base recording fee to file standard real estate documents in Ramsey County is exactly $46. It's a statutory fee, and it actually goes toward maintaining and modernizing all these massive public record systems we're digging through today.
Section 4. Advanced GIS and historical data. We're mapping boundaries and uncovering the past.
Map Ramsey is the county's advanced geographic information system, and it's an absolute goldmine for contractors, investors, and serious researchers. It has these amazing multi-engine geocoders, so you can easily search by pin or street. You can just click on any parcel to instantly generate a report, verify the physical structures, and check the legal property description. And remember, that legal description is your actual legal boundary, not just the mailing address. You can even draw a custom shape around a neighborhood to identify primary taxpayers and instantly export that data straight to standard Avery 5160 mailing labels for your marketing or research. It's pretty incredible.
But what if we want to look backward in time? Well, it turns out there's this amazing 1930s WPA card index. Back during the Depression, workers meticulously created index cards for St. Paul building permits, detailing the original costs, dimensions, and contractors. Today, these are actually digitized online via the Beacon system. But listen closely. You absolutely must search by the physical address first. Why? Because the city's permit numbering system literally restarted 4 distinct times between 1883 and 1975. If you just search by an old permit number alone, it's mathematically impossible to find the right document.
Section 5. Practical uses and security disclaimers. Let's talk about protecting yourself and your property.
Because all these property records are public, scammers do sometimes misuse this information to file fraudulent deeds or fake liens against people's homes. But Ramsey County has a really great solution, and I strongly encourage every single property owner to go do this. Sign up for the Ramsey County Property Watch System. It's a completely free registry service. It actively monitors your real estate parcel and instantly alerts you if any document is filed against your name or your property. It's hands down the best way to stop fraud right in its tracks.
And of course, we do have to deliver a professional disclaimer here. While tools like Map Ramsey are incredibly powerful, under Minnesota law, GIS maps and aerial imagery are strictly advisory. The county provides them as is, without any warranty regarding their accuracy. So if you're building a fence, trying to resolve a boundary dispute with a neighbor, or making any major financial decision, you simply cannot rely solely on an online map. You always need to verify legal boundaries with a registered land surveyor and consult the official government offices. And just keep in mind, getting your hands on older records might still require a physical trip down to the courthouse or paying a specific fee.
So I want to leave you with a bit of a challenge. Take everything you've learned in this explainer today, head over to the Ramsey County Beacon site, open up Map Ramsey, or maybe check out the Poly Permit portal, look up your own address or maybe a property you're thinking about buying. See what hidden history, what tax assessments, or what exact property line details you can actually uncover. The data is all out there, just waiting for you. Happy researching!